Hello, I am Zachary Berman, your professor for this History 102, Fall 2013, CUNY School of Professional Studies. I'd like to welcome you, who are so far David Disman, Rajinder Adalia, Nigeria, Maria Darcel, and Deborah. And the semester hasn't begun yet, so there may be a couple of more of us. Today is August 25th, and it is quite warm. I'm not sure why I'm wearing a jacket. What I'd like to do is I'd like to show you around our course a bit. This is where you're going to log in. This is this banner that will always be here. You can try to guess why I picked these four things. There will be announcements here. Every week there'll be a major announcement and often some minor announcements as well. And I try to email these to all of you when I post them. This is an interesting note you should read about our textbook, which this semester we've made optional. I encourage you to get it, but I don't require it, and some of you may not need it. Think about that. So here's how this course works. Every week, you will go to a weekly topic folder. And in that weekly topic folder, every week, when we get to the calendar, every week begins on Sunday and ends on Saturday. And every week, you will go to a weekly topic folder. These have the dates next to them. You'll go to the weekly topic folder, and it will give a little overview, tell us what we're doing, and sometimes, this one didn't quite work out, there'll be a link to an assignment on the bottom. Sometimes there's a link to a discussion board on the bottom too. I'll try to fix those. But you should know whether or not there are links there, that every week there's a discussion board, and every week there's an assignment. 15 weeks times 2 things, that's 30 things you need to do for this course. It's a lot. But as you'll learn, I ask you to do a lot of things, and therefore I'm not overly strict about how you do them. I don't really care about spelling and grammar. I don't care about, I mean really, if you want to not capitalize anything the whole semester, I mean except on the papers, you should capitalize things on the papers, but that'll be okay, as long as you're on topic and having an academic discussion. But we'll get to that. So in the assignments folder, for example, there are, let's turn that off, this will be more like it looks for you. In the assignments folder, you'll see every assignment, one for each week, and what you're going to do for that assignment. Most of these you turn into me directly, but some of them are different. The blogs, for example, are different. The first few ones you turn in, you click this, and it gives you a place to turn it in right here. And I prefer that you paste your text here rather than link to it or have attach a file. It's better to just put it in here so I can see it here. So that's assignments. Discussion boards are you'll do every week. It'll open on Monday. On Sunday, it'll open. On Tuesday, you'll post an analysis or a short essay, some kind of a roughly 400 words to get full credit about what the questions are asking. Let's go to the first. The first one's easy because the first one's talk about yourself. So that should be pretty easy. But I'm still going to grade you on whether you put 400 words there. Talk about yourself. Get loose. Talk about your pets. Talk about whatever you need to talk about. But by Tuesday at 11:59 p.m., you're going to do that. By Thursday at 11:59 p.m., and this goes for every week, you're going to comment on what other students in the course wrote. And if we get enough students, we'll be in groups. If we're in a small enough group, we'll stay all one class. As it stands now, we'll see what happens. And then you're going to react to the comments that students made on your short essay by Saturday. So you post an essay by Tuesday, you comment on other people's essays by Thursday, and by Saturday at 11:59 p.m. when the discussion board closes, you're going to react to those comments. And they should all be positive. They should just be an interesting conversation. It shouldn't be aggressive. It should just be keeping the conversation going. So that's going to happen every week. And then the Saturday at 11:59 that closes, and Sunday at 12:01 a.m. the next week begins. That's discussion board. Course information is a nice place to look to find a link to this course tour that I'm doing right now, thing about the textbook, my grades, the secret to passing this class you might want to read if you're worried about that. that's that. ePortfolio we'll get to in a couple of weeks, but you'll be making an ePortfolio for this class. If you've made them for other classes, no, you can't use that. You need a new one that's for this class, based on this class's template. Your professor is something about me, a little bit. Online lectures is an important link because that's going to link you to the online lectures, which you'll need, by the way, you'll need an ePortfolio login, which should get emailed to you, if it hasn't already, any day now. So you'll need that because the online lectures are housed on an ePortfolio. So that's that. Some of them I did, most of them were done by somebody else, and a couple of them don't work perfectly. But like the textbook, the online lectures are there. Make of them what you will. If you watch them and you see something interesting, mention it in your analysis. If you don't watch it, write about something else. The most important things to mention in your discussion board analysis, by the way, are going to be not the lecture or the textbook, but these other things, these other texts. So in the question for week 3, for example, it mentions the crime of Galileo and the letter to the Grand Duchess Christina. So you should make sure you mention those. And especially if you didn't watch the lecture or read the textbook, mention some of these others. You can get everything you need from this topic folder. The textbook and the lecture are probably great, especially if you don't have great background, but the critical things are in the topic folder. Finally on this list is calendar. Not all professors do this, most don't, but this is a Google Calendar that has all of your discussion boards and assignments in it, so you can drag them to your own Google Calendar. Some of these I might not have updated perfectly, but like I switched this semester I'm going Sunday to Saturday. Last semester I had different weeks. So if I haven't updated those, I apologize. But I think this is a good way to check the order of things. And these over here are all courses this semester have these. This is various places you should go for help on various things. Up here, and most students hardly realize that they have this up here, but this is a link to Newman Library where you can get library resources online or in person. ePortfolio, it's at Baruch College, by the way, on 23rd in Lexington. ePortfolio help there, writing help here, help with Blackboard here. There's help on a variety of different ways. So that's that. And I apologize that I didn't make this shorter. I intended to make this 5 minutes because at the end of the semester you are going to be making a presentation a little bit like this one, and I'm going to ask that those be less than 5 minutes. So, and those are not, you'll see. You'll have to do it, but there's not a ton of pressure on that either. That'll be, I mean, as you can see, and you'll find in the course information, that is, most things are 3% of your grade. Most of 30 things, 3%. That comes out to roughly 100. That one is 4%, and the papers are slightly more, but not that much. So more information on that in the course information folder. But welcome to this semester. Welcome David, Desmond, Rajinder, Adalia, Nigeria, Maria, Darcel, and Deborah, all of you, welcome to this course. This is a really interesting course. We have lots of interesting things to talk about, and I look forward to getting to know all of you in your week 1 introductions and more as the semester proceeds.